Mr. X is just more cool. Faceless character was called Mr. X. I'm not doing another 3D film again.
Yes, it was very challenging shooting this movie.
Because it's a pain. Invisible man and how much fun you can have when you're invisible. My childhood dream to be in a space which I've already seen on screen. I've seen films like Chota Chetan which had 3D in school. I was very enamored with the whole 3D experience of things coming at you in the cinema hall. And there's also the experience of Mr. India, which promises this very childlike fantasy of a guy becoming invisible and the things that he does when he's invisible, you know, fighting with the bad guys. I wouldn't call him a superhero of this character called Mr. X who can become invisible, who uses this to his advantage to fight the bad guys and have a 3D experience where in a cinema hall, that was the main draw for me.
After Isak didn't do well, I got called up by Mukesh and he basically called me into the office, and then when everyone sat down, they offered me Mr. X, and because it's a good film, it's got good content, it's UA, it's family friendly, and yeah, I think it's like something for everyone, so why not?
Her character is very strong-willed ATS officer. Her life as a professional, and of course her relationship with this guy who's a colleague who's in the ATS, and there's also a very vulnerable side to her because she's very attached to him. She's in a relationship.
Imraan interestingly has two personalities in this movie. You've got a Raghuram Rathore, who is a normal working man. He's also in the ATS department and he's my partner. He does want to protect people, he wants to help people as well. Now Mr. X is someone who is gonna right the wrongs that have been done to him. He has lost everything. He's lost the woman he loves. He's lost, I mean, he's alive, but you can say that it isn't really a life you'd want to live because you're invisible, and that's sad. And he wants basically justice, but not justice for people, justice for himself first. So here he's a little selfish, but he knows he has to do what needs to be done. So you'll see Imraan basically drifting from a Raghuram to a Mr. X because of the one is good but one is a little bad. So it's up to you to decide who you would want to support.
As one of the titles of the film, there was Bhatt Saab's father's film, which was made in the 1950s, called Mr. X with Ashok Kumar. I was like, there's no contest. I would definitely go with a film like Mr. X. Mr. X is just more cool. It just gives it defines a character more, and you know, this faceless character was called Mr. X, which actually is a fact in the film. So yeah, Mr. X, something then we all together said that this should be the title of the film. There's a lot of scenes which are with me not there. Obviously, he has to be erased, so I don't need to be there. So there was one of the fighters had to wear this green suit, the green
spandex
like
suit.
Green chroma, which you have to, you know, erase, and then it's only the bike on the streets or whichever scene where I come and go. The technicality is that you can see him in sunlight, you can see him in blue neon light. So he almost flickers in some scenes. Sometimes there are parts of him that are visible, the hands might be visible, the rest of him has disappeared. And she had probably had to react to me not being there.
Probably
and
no,
I guess
I did.
the worst was in the swimming pool, because I was thankfully not there because it was a cold swimming pool. At the bottom of the swimming pool, you know, kissing Mr. X.
Kissing no one.
And there's no one there. So we had to do a few tests with her.
Yes, it was very challenging shooting this movie. They give me a mark, they literally stick it on the wall, you've got the camera here, you've got no one there, and it has to be the exact same kind of reactions. I keep saying this, acting is reacting. So the fact that he wasn't there, it was really hard. We would actually take a few more takes because it wouldn't be like the top emotion, but then finally when we got it, we got it. I think I've learned better, and now I think I can work without a co-star, I can do it.
I told Vikram in my film with him in Raz, I said that, if it becomes a big success, I'm not doing another 3D film again. Because it's a pain. It was a pain, not so much so right now. It takes double the time back in the day. Sometimes if you're shooting in film, you're shooting a scene a day or 2 scenes a day if you're pushing it. In 3D, it would be 1 scene in 2 days. So holding that emotion through those 2 days is very difficult and a lot of cutting. So I as an actor, like to shoot a scene in 1 shot. That, for me, that's the best, like a theatre. You just kind of finish the entire scene with all the dialogues. But in this is a lot of cutting. Vikram's understood a lot better, and the lighting also is done much faster. So I don't need to be that patient with the whole 3D. But again, very immersive. designed to give the film this very roller coaster ride through those 2 hour 15 minutes, where things are coming at you in the cinema hall every couple of minutes, which is going to be fun to see the audience reaction. The music directors, the singers, they've given some fantastic albums through and through the years. And this one also has got some good songs. Tu Jo Hai, You Can Call Me Ex. Bhatt Saab has apparently sung for that song.
Apparently he did.
Yeah, apparently.
He threw you out of the song.
It's a rap version of Bhatt Saab in the song.
They chucked me out of the song and they made Bhatt Saab sing his lines.
Yeah.
And he was very disappointed. He thought this would be like his singing debut and all.
Yeah. Bhatt Saab had, just in the music sitting, he started singing. Bhatt Saab, out of the blue, started shouting out, You Can Call Me Ex. And the music director was strumming the guitar. I don't know if he got scared or what, but he took Bhatt Saab in the song. And then Bhatt Saab said, come here, hear the song. And then Bhatt Saab started singing, and I got scared. I was like, then I said, I thought that I was Mr. X, so why was Bhatt Saab singing?
You got
and
rejected.
then he kind of pulled some strings, played some politics, and got me out, and he sang for it.
It's a 3D film, guys. A family film. It's something for everyone. It's got an amazing backstory. You're going to see two people who are in love.
Is again the conflict, the love story, the line of the love story that runs through and through the film, which is the emotional base of the film. There's the great 3D experience and the VFX and the invisible man and how much fun you can have when you're invisible.